This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
I'm like, we're not dating.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything was in concrete.
Exactly.
Does that say something about me?
Chris.
So you're just a normal nerdy guy, because I remember you comparing yourself to
I am
him.
very much like Corey. I embrace it. Very forgettable. I'm okay with that.
And Justin.
It's just so metacore.
Is
Well, there's
metacore the right
nothing
way
really
to say
good.
that, or is it mediocre? Are there two different ways to say that?
Mediocre.
Okay, well, we all learned something.
Alright, metacore is a
We all
real
learned
word.
something today.
Where's
I really
the way
did.
I pronounce it? I'm telling you, this is a real word.
Because it
Okay.
doesn't exist.
The episode starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia. We'll revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s. It's been a while.
I don't recognize you guys. You guys have aged so much since I've seen you last.
So we had some
John has blue
technical
hair.
difficulties.
I do have blue
We
hair.
did
Yeah, we had some
We had
technical
diffi-
difficulties. It's on me. It was my fault. I apologize about those. I know we're 2 weeks late, and we'll catch up to the episodes that we're going to do. But since this
We'll catch
week, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, is coming out, we're just gonna skip ahead to Godzilla.
Yeah.
And
Yep. That's what we're gonna watch. We'll watch Fresh Prince later on in the week.
In short, the boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town. So yeah, like John said, we are watching Godzilla, not the original Japanese Godzilla. Oh no, something
No.
much worse.
The
1998
American
Godzilla.
1998.
it was great.
John, do we have any
We
nostalgia
do have some
news?
nostalgia news. So there's some mixed reviews. We'll go into Aladdin, because Aladdin has some news, but we'll go into
Mixed
some
reviews.
we'll go into some mixed reviews when it comes to Godzilla, the King of Monsters. So I was reading through some of the reviews, and it said Godzilla is fun. Turn off your brain. Summer spectacular film review, and so.
Exactly what it should be.
So it just kind of goes down and it says, yeah, the fights, they're cool, but everything else is just complete shit, basically. So,
You know what? I'm okay with that.
It's kind of a shame because I thought the first one did a really good job at developing characters and making like really good like deep scenes. But you know what? I'm fine with it because
I just want to see
trailers
fucking
look great.
huge monsters fight. I don't need deep
But-
scenes. I just want to see big monsters fight.
so Aladdin, you guys have seen Aladdin. I have not seen Aladdin yet.
we have.
So I don't
Uh,
want you guys to tell spoilers, but how did you guys feel about the movie?
We find a genie.
So here's my opinion. I'm gonna go first. So I, as somebody who didn't really like the cartoon, I really like this movie. I think the plot holes that I found in the original story was made up for with the fact that Will Smith is not Robin Williams, but he's close enough. Like he does a different take on it, and it's good. So I feel like it was good. I give it a thumbs up. It's as good as the first one, but again, I didn't like the first one. So that's how I look at it.
Okay, cool.
Justin, you're a huge Aladdin fan, so what did you think?
Yeah, I liked it. The biggest negative for me was Aladdin. He was pretty bad.
In
The acting is not
in
good.
the trailers,
other than Will Smith.
it looks like they're bad actors.
Yeah.
And that's true for only Aladdin, in my opinion.
No, I thought Jasmine wasn't very good either.
I thought Jasmine was
not-
good.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing we kind of disagree with,
mean-
is I thought Jasmine was good.
Jasmine's hot, so she didn't have to be good.
So true. Hey, but I would like to have all the listeners, if you haven't seen the original Aladdin and you're seeing this new one, please try to point out which song you think is new. Because I think it's glaringly obvious.
It
that
is
there's
pretty
one
obvious.
Song
It's
that
very
is not-
obvious.
And not one of the original songs. It's like really poppy and yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's a good song, though.
It's a good song, but
But
it
it's
doesn't
definitely
fit
out
with
of
the
place.
rest. Yeah, it doesn't fit with the rest of the songs.
So it did really well in the box office. It made like
Yeah,
$121 million in like the
84.
It's crazy.
84 million here, and I think 210 overseas.
Yeah. So that's a lot.
It's success.
That's a lot.
Success.
Very successful.
So Aladdin
Very,
2.
very successful.
I'm excited. It makes me excited about Lion King because if they did that with Aladdin, I feel like they're going to do really good things with Lion King. That's all I really care about is Lion King.
Last.
And it's also going to pave the way for more live action. We're probably going to see Little Mermaid
Yeah.
now, because you can do these kind of
They're doing
fantastical
Mulan.
stories.
Yeah.
They're doing Mulan already,
Yeah.
but they're changing that up a lot.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. They're doing that.
Maybe Hercules.
Maybe Hercules.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would be okay with Hercules, but all right. So anyway, last thing, Pokemon is coming out with a new kind of variation to a game. It's Pokemon Sleep. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
What?
So it's an add-on to a Pokemon game. They're also gonna try to come up with a Pokemon detective. Okay, Chris, you okay?
No, I'm good. I'm looking this up because I don't believe you.
So it's called Pokemon.
Pokemon Sleep.
Pokemon Sleep.
So it's a sleep tracker that you can attach to your Pokemon.
It's just a bunch
game.
of Snorlax.
They're also trying to come up with a Pokemon Detective Pikachu kind of add-on.
Oh God, it's a real thing.
I told you it was a real thing. Did you not believe me?
The headline I see is the Pokemon Company wants to make sleeping fun.
It's gonna use a tracker called Go Plus Plus.
This is the worst. All right, good. Sorry.
All right. So anyway, they're also going to try to come up with a game, Detective Pikachu, and it's going to have a different ending than the movie.
Well, they already have a 3DS game.
Yes, but they're going to make another one.
Oh, cool.
So just don't tell me. Yeah. So that's all the nostalgia news. It's kind of weird, but
We'll have more, I'm sure.
you should see all the memes when it comes to the Pokemon Sleep. It's like hilarious. It's just people sleeping with like all these different kinds of Pokemon.
Oh,
So he's gonna,
I don't know if I
sing
want
through
to see
your sleep.
that.
You're gonna wake up and be like, "Oh, I caught this night. That's great." Cool. I must have slept really good last night because I caught a Charizard.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny.
All right, so on to the main attraction per se.
All right.
So Godzilla 98.
So it's called Godzilla 98?
So it's basically that's what's referred to by Zilla fans.
Zilla fans. Yeah. So y'all gonna have to help me out because I have some notes and I don't remember what they are because I wrote one of my notes is second movie we saw with this guy. I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know what the first
But
movie
you know,
was with.
second movie we saw. So.
I'm
excited though.
I did have a question before we start getting into like the movie.
Yeah.
So the montage at the very beginning of the movie, did it remind you of the first or the newest Godzilla movie like montage? Like were
A
they
lot of
trying to-
Godzilla movies have that, I think.
Yeah.
And a few I've
I mean,
seen.
the nuclear bomb thing was interesting. I thought personally, like that's what
That's-
makes Godzilla was a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, that's
in the
pretty.
40s.
That's pretty normal for
Is it?
Yeah, for a nuclear bomb or whatever to create him. Sometimes it's like nuclear waste. I'm sure some Godzilla fans will attack me. I don't know much. I've seen a couple of the old Japanese movies and stuff.
Yeah. Where it's
But I
guys
don't
in
know
suits.
I just basically know like the big cool monsters, you know, and all that.
That's about it.
Well, you got the King Ghidorah or Ghidorah, the three head one. You got Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
You got the Mothra.
Mothra. Yep.
And then I think some.
And none of them are in this movie. You just
No.
have just Godzilla, who's a dinosaur, basically.
It's just
That's all you
Godzilla.
There's also some
Godzilla.
other stuff in.
got. And what?
There's some babies.
He's a
There's some-
reptile.
There's some babies.
So, what do y'all remember about this? What is your
Oh,
what were your
absolutely
childhood
nothing.
memories?
So I saw.
No, I've
Okay.
never seen this before.
Did you not
no.
see this, John? Really?
It was
Oh,
great.
Interesting.
I'm so glad I saw
went
it
as a family
for
and
the
saw
first
us.
time.
We saw this in theaters as a family, and it was okay. I'll tell you though, straight up, I didn't remember anything about the babies. When the babies came on the screen, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I did not remember that at all. I thought they just killed it, and that was the end of the movie.
Well, hey,
So, that
since
was
you're saying all
interesting.
that stuff,
But that's all I really remember about it. What about you,
Um,
Justin?
So, my one of my friends in elementary school, he was big into like dinosaurs and stuff, like Jurassic Park and everything. So I went
Yeah.
to see it with him. I think I saw it with him. I either saw it with him at home, or I saw it with him in the theaters. Like he had all the toys and stuff, and
Yeah.
I remember just like not really caring too much. Like I was just like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool, but I do remember being really like impressed with the effects because they were pretty impressive at the time. At the time.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about it. But
Oh, we're definitely going to talk about it.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's
Okay.
my kind of background there.
so here's a word from our sponsors.
Homebrew Tree Service has been providing the DFW area with world-class tree care for many years. When it comes to tree service in the DFW area, you can trust them to provide quality work with low prices and friendly, fair customer service. Whether you have a tree that needs pruning or complete removal and haul-off service, you can count on them for a wide range of expert care. Go to hbtreeservices.com and sign up for a free estimate.
Don't twig out over. Hold on.
Don't twig out.
I like it. I like it.
Hold on.
Like, oh yeah, like so, like don't wig out. I
Don't
get it,
twig
I
out
get-
over dead trees.
And high prices. Good one.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'll do the plot.
All right, so Chris,
So you have
what
a lizard?
was it about?
You have a lizard that is created by a nuclear bomb, and it destroys this island with this lizard on it, and it becomes Godzilla. And 60 years later, I guess, like, takes a while, he comes to New York because he's looking for somewhere to nest.
But we don't know that
And-
at first.
I'm sorry, you don't know that. You know he's coming to New York. You have a guy who is what is like a botanist, I guess. He like studies animals and plants.
I don't know what he is. I can't remember.
They say that he tracks nuclear effects on animals.
So he's just like I think he's just like a biologist.
Yeah, and he looks really nerdy, but apparently he's hot because everybody seems attracted
Yes.
to him.
That was super weird to me.
It was really weird. It's Matthew Broderick, and it doesn't make any sense.
It's a topless.
And they come and get him because they're like, "Hey, we have this new creature that's coming. We need your help." His ex-girlfriend sees him on the TV.
I study worms.
That's his catchphrase. I study worms.
Or it's a topless.
Yeah. Anyway, Godzilla comes, attacks New York. They try to hunt it down, and then they realize that it planted babies in Madison Square Garden, and they go to try to destroy them, and they destroy Godzilla, and then they destroy the babies. And then at the end, isn't there like one egg that's left? To set up a
One
sequel?
left for a sequel.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
Did it ever happen?
No.
I've been waiting for so long.
There's a cartoon, though, with these characters, right, Justin?
Yeah, so the cartoon
facts,
is
fun
actually
facts,
that.
Yeah, sorry. Fun facts, Justin. You want to give your fun facts theme?
I don't have a good fun facts theme for Godzilla. I'll try.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. There we go. All right.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you, John, for the assist. So yes, there was a cartoon. I actually kind of liked the cartoon when I was a kid. When it came on every now and then, the cartoon was actually pretty decent. It was this baby Godzilla that like imprinted on one of them, and like I guess did their bidding.
Wait, what? It printed
So
on
like
like
a
a
slave.
human?
Hold on, I'm confused.
So the baby Godzilla that hatched,
Uh,
like it hatched in front of the people, like the main characters,
yeah.
and it imprinted on them. You know what imprint means?
Yeah, like they thought it was his mother, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and now it does their bidding like a slave,
Oh.
and it
Because-
attacks,
I
fights
thought you
monsters.
meant like Godzilla made the people do their bidding.
No, that'd be much better. That would have been much better.
Okay.
All right, so let's get some background here.
Let's do it.
Because this
I'm
movie.
really excited about your thoughts.
Oh my goodness!
Go for it.
So let's start with the teaser trailer.
Okay.
So it was a full year before the film was released. It contained just a shot of Godzilla's foot coming through the museum and crushing a T-Rex skeleton.
Oh.
Basically saying, "Fuck you, Jurassic Park. This is gonna be better."
And was it?
I was about to say. That's the
And here's the
message
bad
they were
part.
trying to send.
Apparently, here's the worst part. This scene was supposed to be in the movie, but it was cut.
Of course it was, because this movie.
And it cost $600,000
Because even the
just
people
to
that
make
were
that.
making the trailer thought it wasn't better.
They watched it and they're like, no. This is Jurassic Park.
We
is
can't
not
do
doing
this,
$600,000
guys.
down the drain.
$600,000? Wait, what did you say?
$600,000 for that one scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they destroy an actual Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton?
No,
Oh.
no. But it was just from all that stuff, that one little teaser.
Okay.
That they didn't even use in the movie. That
Yeah.
was a big waste of money.
Great. Sounds like
So
Sounds like
Roland
you got
Emmerich-
some really good minds behind the scenes right now.
oh, we do.
So explain who Rowan Emmerich is, though, for the people who
So
don't know.
Roland Emmerich did Independence Day.
Yeah.
Did he do Armageddon?
No, he didn't do Armageddon. He did like
What else did he do?
He did Day After Tomorrow. He did 2012. He did those disaster movies. That was kind of his stick. And he did this.
Yeah,
too.
so his first three, the big ones before this were Independence Day and Stargate.
Yeah. So big disaster movie guy, and he did this movie also.
So
Are any of them good? Not really. But
Independence Day's
Independence
okay.
Day's good.
sure.
It's okay.
all right. They actually,
So
I actually really like Independence Day.
he admitted
Will Smith is good.
that he did not like the original Godzilla movies.
Yeah, so you should definitely direct it.
He wanted to change. He changed everything about Godzilla.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur now. He's not a. I don't know what he is.
that's
A lizard.
hilarious.
I don't know what he is.
He only agreed after being promised to be able to do whatever he wanted with it.
Great.
Now Toho,
Oh,
Toho is the
that
company-
Makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Go ahead.
now Toho is the company that owns it,
Uh-huh.
who owns Godzilla, and they license Godzilla out to him. You know.
Sure.
Well, they were pissed about all of this. They were not happy with this.
Uh-huh.
So here's what they did. So they refer to this as Zilla. So God, he's not God anymore.
Okay.
So the Japanese one is Gojira.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
God lizard, something
Yeah.
like that, roughly translated. All right. And what they did was in '04 they had a movie called Godzilla Final Wars, where Godzilla fought all the different bad guys. You know, he also
was
fought
this Godzilla
American
the first one
Godzilla.
out? Was he the first one out?
Not the first one, but
Okay.
he got his ass kicked
This Godzilla.
really bad.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, his name is Zilla.
Yeah.
So it's not Godzilla, it's
I
Zilla.
got you.
Sure.
He doesn't get God in front of it.
No. He doesn't deserve it.
No, no.
So hold on. So there was a movie in 2004 that had all the previous Godzillas fight each other.
No, Godzilla villains fighting Godzilla.
Okay.
And Zilla was one of the
It
villains.
was in Japanese. It was in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They made
Godzilla
big-
and Zilla.
Yeah, so there's two series of Godzilla movies. There's the ones in America, so
Right.
the three that we've made through Toho, and there's the ones that Japan makes over there, which is the actual series.
Okay, I got you. And
So
and
it's
if
kind
I-
of like
if I
it's
know
kind of like Power
correctly,
Rangers.
the Japanese ones are still guys in suits, right? Like that's still a thing.
No,
They're not anymore. Okay,
I think they quit that. I think it was Final Wars that quit that.
was it?
But then I'm sure they have plenty of practical effects because they like to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's definitely not rubber suits anymore. If they are in a suit, it's probably very elaborate.
Okay. Fair.
All right. So I had a question at the very beginning of the movie.
Go
So
for it.
you
Oh, just
have-
in the beginning.
huh?
Just in the beginning. Never mind. That
Yeah,
that
it didn't land, but it's okay.
Nobody was listening to me.
All right, so you have the ship at the very beginning, and then you find like the next scene. There's like this guy that he sees he saw Godzilla, and they're trying to get like all this information out of him, and he like lights a match, and this guy's like obsessed with this light, and then he's like Godzilla. Is Godzilla is
I
he
had
a
the same
legend
question.
in Japanese or Japan? Japanese. Hey, why did the fire? Yeah, why did the fire
make him say that?
it like woke
I don't
him up.
know.
He was like in a trance, and the fire woke him up.
Okay. Yeah. He's on the fire. It's on Godzilla. Now this Godzilla doesn't seem to breathe fire like in other versions of Godzilla. So I find it weird.
Well,
that,
he has atomic breath, so it's not really fire. It's more like nuclear blast.
So
that sounds dangerous.
is he a legend in
Yeah.
like this kind of I don't know story when it comes to Japan? In Japan,
I don't know. I guess that's just what he called him. I think it was more like a reference to like the original Japan movies. I don't think you're supposed to think about it too much, but the problem is they do that scene so like seriously, like they're trying to get information out of him. It makes you
Yeah.
think it is that.
Well, and that's how he got his name. So it's either like a Japanese way of saying something, like a monster or something, or it's like, hey, we used to have these old cartoons where this big monster would come.
it seems
that
very
universe.
similar to what's happening right now.
In that
Yeah,
universe.
Exactly.
Yeah. So to
Um,
answer your question, it's just a
yeah.
poorly written scene.
No, I think most of this is. But
I just
none of
thought
this is great.
It was just so funny because he just lights the match, and this guy
Yeah.
he was kind of dazed, and his eyes just get super big and just follow the light.
it's like, Godzilla.
I don't get that. I think it was just because like his ship was on fire, so he hates fire now.
I guess so.
Okay.
It's interesting.
It's stupid.
Um,
But you know what, John? I like that you're thinking about it because they obviously didn't.
Yeah.
absolutely. You know what? I'm glad they didn't show him right away. At least they waited like 30 minutes into the movie to show.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, other movies when
Yeah.
it comes to Godzilla, I feel like they do show him pretty fast.
Exactly.
But
Do you want to know how much
Unfortunately,
actual
though-
screen time he got?
what is it?
11 minutes.
That's it.
That's it. 11 minutes of Godzilla.
I do feel like this movie is a lot like every other Godzilla movie, where you have Godzilla, and then you have the government bringing in a scientist,
Yeah.
and then the scientist tries to help,
Yeah.
and the scientist freaks out because it's Godzilla,
And
then
they don't listen
help.
to him. They don't listen
then-
to him at all. And then he has to go do it by himself. Yeah.
Yes,
It's basically
it's
what
like every Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
the
It's every monster
problem,
movie, really.
the problem with the redesign and everything with Godzilla that Toho had such a big issue with too was that Godzilla's not supposed to destroy or kill people. Like
Yeah, I was like, this Godzilla's kind of evil.
He's not
Godzilla
a
isn't
protector,
supposed to be
right?
that. He's like
Yeah.
a protector.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he wasn't in the original couple movies, but he turned into a protector. So he's
Right.
now seen as that. This is basically, oh, we have this giant monster, we're going to destroy everything. That's why people like the new one, and that's why Toho lets him keep making them, because it's more of what Godzilla's supposed to be. Yeah, he
Yeah, because-
destroys things,
Yeah,
but he's
but
a
it-
protector.
Exactly. What I find weird about
So,
this
yeah.
Godzilla, why would they make the first time that you see him in daylight? He looks a lot better at night when there's not a lot of like light shining on him, like CGI wise. But as soon as they have a daytime
Oh, yeah.
show, like it does not look good at all. It's botchy.
And you
I
know
don't like
what?
it.
The actual
Thought it looked
design,
good, you-
I kind of like the design a little bit.
It's fine.
Like, it's not Godzilla. Okay.
John's face does not approve of that.
It's not Godzilla.
Really?
Right.
If you take away the classic Godzilla design, it's kind of a cool looking monster.
If you look at it like a lizard that got mutated, that might be more what it looks like. More than walking on
That's-
2 feet,
yes,
walking around.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. It looks like a lizard.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
look like Godzilla.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
issue. So I like the design, but not as a Godzilla design.
Right.
Just to throw that out there.
How'd you guys feel about his two love interests?
Okay.
That he, I guess, wasn't one as a love
Okay.
interest. You had a
Okay.
redhead.
All right, let's
and
talk
a
about
into it real
blonde
quick.
when it came to.
I want to talk about this guy first. All right, Matthew
Okay,
Broderick.
good.
He played Nick Satopoulos.
Topless.
Right.
And there were like at least 20 things where he was like, "Oh, Tatopoulos, it's Satopoulos."
I don't
20
I really
times.
don't remember.
Yeah,
He made that
I don't
stupid
remember
joke.
one of the times that he did that. Is that sad?
He did that all the fucking time.
He corrected himself a couple times, didn't it?
It was so annoying.
It's charming. He's so funny. Okay, so as soon as the redhead was like,
Oh,
as soon as
Matthew
the
Broderick.
yeah. As soon as the redhead was like, "Oh wow, look at you," I was like, "Is he supposed to be like a sex symbol?"
I don't know.
Because it's Matthew Broderick. Like he's not. You know,
Maybe it was in his
32.
contract that he had to be some type of sex symbol. in the
I was
movie.
Ferris Bueller. I get to be hot. Girls.
It
in
was
the
his
80s
boss,
loved
right?
Me. What?
In the camp. It was
Yes,
his boss
he's
in the camp, right?
Yeah, that's right.
When
And
he
the
was
other
like, "I
girl-
study worms."
Let's talk about the other girl because the other girl sucked.
She was
The
a
worst
jerk.
character ever. So she was
Alright.
she was a former love interest.
Which you
and
don't
she
figure
sees
out
him
till
on
an hour
TV.
and a half in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he takes you a while to
Like, who
find
the
out
fuck is
who
this
she
girl?
And she works for a TV station and she wants to be a reporter. So she uses her ex-boyfriend as a way to get information. And then she just kind of leaves him. And then the reporter, the station, like fires her. And then she comes back to Matthew Broderick.
I don't know.
She's kind of a terrible person.
So I was not in love with any of these characters.
No,
No,
they're terrible.
they're every single one of these characters is terrible. They're awful. Like
And they're idiots.
I didn't care if one of them died or lived.
Yeah.
Did
There
any of
was-
them die?
There was
I can't remember
There was
now.
at one point where there was actually 2 points in the movie where you think like some of the main characters about to die. I was just like, fucking kill them. Like
yeah,
it
with the
doesn't
foot.
matter.
The foot, and he somehow survives.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what was that? Oh, the foot?
Yeah, so
I
like,
like the photographer. Do y'all know who that was? Did y'all recognize him?
Yes.
that was my next fun fact. There's
Go for
3 Simpsons voice actors in this.
Not who I was thinking, but go ahead.
That's not what I was
Oh.
thinking of, but okay.
Who were they? Go
All
ahead.
right, so are you not talking about the
We're talking about Hank Azaria.
yeah, he's a Simpsons actor.
He's Mo, right?
Hold on, I just want to
Pretty
make
sure
sure I'm
he's
getting
Mo.
this right. I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah.
Just has to pull
Yeah,
it.
he's Mo. He's Chief Wiggum. He's Mo. He's Apu. I don't know if he
Yeah.
can do Apu anymore.
Well, I think who me and John are thinking of was that he's also in Friends.
Yes.
He plays David, Phoebe's nerdy boyfriend.
Yes.
He also auditioned for Joey, and until
3
you
times
see,
and didn't make it.
but until you see this movie, I can see it now. Now that he's in this movie, he has a New York accent. Like maybe he could play Joey. He's not nearly as cool as Joey, but you know what I mean. Like he could have played
No.
Joey.
Yeah.
Okay,
Could've.
but compared to David, like he's a better Joey than he would have been if he was David. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's a good-looking guy.
So okay,
I like him.
how tall is this this lizard? I'm just gonna call it a lizard. I'm not gonna call it Godzilla. Just gonna call it
Lizard.
just call it Zilla, like the Japanese.
Let's call it Zilla.
I have no idea.
Zilla. What?
I did
He's
not
as
come with
tall
that.
as,
I did not come with that information.
So,
come on.
do you know how tall it was? Because I know I've seen a comparison when it came to all the Godzillas, and they're like the new one is
He's like 3 or 4 down.
ginormous compared to the other
Yeah.
ones.
all right, according to this, it says Zilla is 60 meters tall. So 180 feet.
I was about to say that's around 200 feet, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
100 meters long.
Well, I liked one of the only things I liked about the movie was the effects that you had when it comes to the stomping throughout the city. Like, there's not a lot of movies. You just you see the destruction of the actual animal, but you never really think about like how heavy it is. And it was just kind of stomping through the city, and it kept panning to all the main characters and how it was affecting them. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, in the
That's a good
beginning,
point.
you have like the whole streets shaking.
Yeah.
Like every
everything. It was
single
pretty cool.
every single one of the cars were like bouncing up and down for like a bit. I was like, that's pretty cool. I wonder how they did that.
And I feel like a lot of these movies, they have like after the monster leaves or something, it shows the city like perfectly fine. But they didn't really do that in this movie. Like, it was still in bad shape when the movie ended.
Yeah.
Kind of showing that, yeah, it's a big deal that he was through there. I like the bridge scene. The bridge scene was pretty cool.
When
they wrapped him up.
Yeah.
Like, and I thought that was a pretty good scene.
So I thought they handled some things pretty good, but I also thought that they didn't do a good job of showing like how real people would handle this situation. It was
Like the mayors.
yes.
Yeah,
like
mayor.
that was
Wasn't with that guy.
Could y'all figure out who the mayor and the mayor's assistant were referring to there?
Giuliani?
Nope.
Who was it?
Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, the movie critics.
I don't,
So-
I don't know who these people are.
So you don't know who Roger and do you know who Ebert and Siskel are?
No.
Like, you know who Roger Ebert is?
No.
I mean,
The
I've heard
famous
the
movie
name.
critic?
Oh, is that the guy who does like Inside the Actors Studio?
No.
Okay.
He always did the thumbs up, thumbs down.
Good try, Chris.
They had that show.
Nah,
I can't believe y'all know who that is.
Sorry.
Well, anyways,
It's
they were
okay.
They were big time movie reviewers in the 90s and even in the early 2000s. Like, they reviewed all these different movies. They had a show. They reviewed all these
Okay.
movies. They were huge. So they hated Emmerich's movies all the time. They gave him negative reviews, thumbs downs all the time. So Emmerich was like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm going to make you terrible characters in my Godzilla movie. And that's
Which
who
is
they're
also
representing.
terrible.
That's pretty funny.
Okay.
That's pretty
Interesting.
funny. I like that.
Yeah,
So it was like
good
it
for
was
them.
on purpose.
Yeah.
So when Siskel and Ebert reviewed the movie on their own show, it received 2 thumbs down, and Siskel commented on being spoofed in the film. He said it was petty, and asked the filmmakers, if you're going to go through the trouble of putting this in a monster movie, why don't you at least take advantage of us having in that movie and having the monster either eat us or squash us?
That's a good point. It's fascinating that he knew he was in it. Like, he watched that and he's like, hey, that's me.
So I have a question. If you knew that you were doing like a really bad part, like why go through with it? Is it because
What are
of
you
just the
talking
about?
money? Okay, so like
He wasn't in it.
No, they weren't
he
in
wasn't
it.
They spoofed him.
He named them after him.
oh, he named him
Oh, they
after.
named
I
him.
thought that was. I
Oh.
thought those were the actual critics.
Mayor Ebert
Oh.
and Gene.
I gotcha. Okay.
They literally
That's
they
awesome.
found actors that kind of looked like them and then named them Ebert and Gene.
I don't like it as much. I don't like it as much.
And then they
I think
said,
it's pretty good.
if you're gonna do that, at least kill us in the movie.
That's true. They should have had like a really graphic, like 30-minute long, just chomping down. It's just, like, he usually
Those
trying to crawl
babies
away,
just
and Godzilla
ate
keeps-
every bit of them. One had an arm in their mouth. One had
I
their
really can't
head.
I'm
believe
still
y'all-
alive. I'm still alive. Arr, arr, arr.
I can't believe I never heard of Siskel and Ebert.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I never heard of that, man.
Wow.
Are they still around or no?
Well, no, both of Siskel died, I think a year after this, and then Ebert died a few years
Sorry.
ago.
It's not funny, but like, was it because of this movie or?
No,
Okay.
maybe he might make that joke, but
I thought this was kind of stupid about the movie too. Okay, so you know how the love interest, the curly-haired blonde girl. So
Terrible.
the
Go ahead.
bitch.
okay,
She was.
that was big.
She didn't apologize either. She just like went to him
So-
and was like,
She
hey,
used him.
So
can I come with you? And he was like, no. And she's like, oh, okay. She walks away. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Come with me. Like, she didn't even apologize for what she did.
I thought it was
Go ahead.
funny
Sorry.
that she saw Nick on the TV, and it was understandable that you saw Nick on the TV because there was like all this stuff was kind of going on. They were showing like the whole entire military, and they just happened
Footage of people
they just
involved.
happened to pan
Sure.
on Nick. So every single time, it happened 3 other times. Every single time she looked at the TV, it was just on Nick the whole entire time.
Yeah.
I also feel like the military would be a lot more secret about this.
Maybe, but I feel
The
like
military-
newscasters could see people walking in and out like of the building and stuff, which is what Nick was doing.
The,
But I
the
agree with
military
you.
is so incompetent in this movie. It's awful.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible. Like, let's just shoot at it again. That worked the first
Yeah,
time.
dude, it's gonna work the
Let's put a
third
big pile
time.
of fish in the middle of the city.
Yeah, let's put a big pile of fish, and then as soon as it gets there and it seems kind of friendly, let's shoot at it again.
I honestly didn't get why okay, so I feel like how did you guys feel about the bait scene? Like, did you get it when I guess you've seen this movie before, but I didn't. I didn't really understand the bait scene.
I mean, no, what was it trying to do?
Well, I kept thinking, like, why is it on land if it wants to eat fish?
So what they were thinking was, I know it's really hard to figure out what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
So what they're thinking is, they didn't know it was nesting yet.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
So they were like, oh, it's hungry. Let's just give it food. And then when he somehow used a pregnancy test to figure out it was pregnant.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
All right.
Totally normal. Totally normal thing.
Then they were like, oh, shit, it's pregnant.
I even heard if a male pees on a pregnancy test, you can get a false positive off of those, too.
It's a female, though.
It's
asexual.
Which
Right, so-
I don't get either.
I don't know why they went that route.
I mean, it's a 200-foot monster. But they're trying to use science in quotes to
Sure.
explain things that don't need to be explained.
Oh! I just remember who the second movie that we saw this guy in was. It's the commander of the military. He's also the dad from...
Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers. Yep, that's what I was talking about.
What a face.
What a face.
He's great.
And then you randomly have the French Secret Service
Yeah.
trying to cover it up.
For like half of the movie, I did not understand the French guy's like intentions. I thought
I didn't know what he was
I had no idea why he was in the movie.
Like, what was the point of that, Justin? You got a fun facts about that, or?
All I know is I guess that was just to show how it was made. How Godzilla was made. The French, I don't know why they chose the French.
Yeah, so this movie, it didn't do a really good job of building these characters, honestly. Like,
It didn't do a good job of
I
a
didn't care
lot.
about the French guy. I didn't care
Yeah.
about the main character. I didn't care if he ended up with the girl or not ended up with the girl. I mean, I wish I could have ended up with the girl, but that's another story.
Going
I
back to
kind
the
of
French
wish he would
people.
ended up with the other girl, the girl who actually liked him, and not the girl who treated him like shit, like the main girl.
I'm going to go back to the French people real quick, because their
Go for
first
it.
thing didn't make sense. Insurance?
Yeah, what was the point of that?
I was so
See, that's
confused.
what
I was like,
I was so confused.
insurance?
I was just
What does that
so
have to do with anything?
confused by the character. I was so confused by
Yeah.
the character. And why he was in the movie. The only time that it made sense with him being in the movie was the last, 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And even then, you
Very
didn't
much.
even need it.
And then you have.
Did you really
then
need him?
What's his name? Hank, whatever the guy's name is, the photographer. He's gone the entire movie, and his wife doesn't realize he's back at the party.
I don't know.
Like, she's sitting there watching the TV, and he leaves, and then she's just like, "Oh, I never realized my husband was gone," until she sees him on TV. Really weird. What is this? What do we watch?
I don't know. So then you have two really, really, really long scenes about it was a helicopter scene that was about a 20-minute scene. And then you have
Good chase scene.
And then you have a
90s chase scene.
submarine scene that was about a 20-minute scene.
Yeah.
Right. So the submarine scene, actually, they think that they kill Godzilla with some
Right.
torpedoes.
And it looks like they did.
Somehow.
He's drifting off into sea. It looks like he's drifting off into sea, so I would assume
Yeah.
that he got him, right?
Yeah. So then, after they do that, the scientist guy kept trying to tell the military that
Yeah.
Godzilla laid eggs. Godzilla was pregnant and laid eggs.
Right.
And they laid 12. I think that's what they said. 12 eggs.
They thought,
They thought it was 12. So then,
And they don't believe him.
Yeah, the military doesn't believe him. So he kind of goes off on his own little quest with the little French guy. And then they find out that it's like hundreds of these eggs that Godzilla laid. And
And they all
Under
hatch around
Madison
the same
Square
time.
Garden.
yeah, Madison
Under
Square
Madison
Garden.
Square Garden.
Need a set
It's
piece.
in the bleachers up there. They have eggs hanging out. Did nobody see that? Did
I
nobody,
just thought it was.
nobody in
I
Madison
just
Square
thought it
Garden?
was hilarious when you see a scene of all the babies going into like the building. They're going through like one of the tunnels of the stage.
Right. My question is, why didn't they have? They should have showed a scene with Godzilla laying the eggs. There's no way that was like a fast process. I feel like it was like days where just sitting on top of Madison Square Garden, just like popping eggs out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how fast?
It's like
did he
squatting over.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me.
So all that yelling was just Godzilla.
Yeah,
laying
nobody
eggs.
got it. This is embarrassing.
I hope nobody sees me.
It's definitely a spin-off, or not a spin-off. It's definitely a rip-off of Jurassic Park, because then it's kind of like the Raptors of Jurassic Park, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh yeah.
And they look terrible.
So
I don't get why you had to have the baby ones.
I don't
No.
know. How'd you
didn't need-
guys feel about the CGI of the babies? They showed a lot of them.
The fact that they showed a lot made it look a little bit better. Like, I gave it a little bit more of a pass because of the fact that they showed so many of them. Especially when in that main lobby area, all of them were just sitting there waiting to get fed, I guess. I don't know what they did all in that room, but it wasn't bad.
It was
I try not to judge the CGI too much with this kind of stuff, because without this, we probably wouldn't have a lot of the good stuff we have now. We're really
I
spoiled.
disagree. Because Jurassic Park was 4 years older than this, and it looked better than this.
yes.
But they also had physical. They also built physical things with it too.
Hey, Godzilla should have done that.
Yeah, but still, I'm not saying
trying to
it
review this.
shouldn't.
Make a big sword.
Did it hold up?
I'm not
did
saying it was
hold up
going to be
today?
bad.
Did it hold up today?
No, and Jurassic
No.
Park does.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, people had to make those mistakes, I think, for us to get to where we are.
I mean, that's true. But a lot of people made those mistakes.
And now you see it everywhere where it's all good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's very obvious
You
you
even
get
see it good in TV
slammed.
shows nowadays.
true.
So I'm
Game
not.
of Thrones.
I try
Game
not
of
to be too
Thrones.
critical of the CGI.
Game of Thrones.
Everybody loved it.
Yep.
Best ending ever. Everybody agrees.
Okay.
Did you watch it live, John? I'm sorry.
I did watch it live. And it was
What were your thoughts?
on Game of Thrones. It was.
Finale.
Spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. I was honestly more satisfied about the end than I thought I would be.
Really?
Really. I thought that there was a scene in the movie, or there was a scene in the show that I was
Basically
like,
a movie.
that kind of sucks, but it made sense. It made sense to the character. A lot more to me than I feel like everyone else saw it.
People were pissed.
I know a lot of
It was
people were
hilarious.
pissed. A lot of
It was
people were
hilarious.
pissed. But I see why they went the way that they did. I do.
If you're one of those people who signed a petition to change it, get a life.
There was like
It's not gonna happen.
There was
it's
like-
not gonna happen.
200,000 people signed a petition to redo the whole entire season.
Get a life, please. What was the other thing they signed a petition for? It was that, and what else? There was something else a couple weeks
for Game of
ago.
Thrones?
No.
Well,
They were
the
signing a
Sonic
petition
thing,
for-
that's actually going to happen. The Sonic, they're going to remake them.
No, it wasn't Sonic.
Yeah, no, they did remake them. They did redesign them.
Yeah, they're going to
They're going
remake it.
to.
They actually
They
pushed it
delayed
back to
it.
February.
They delayed it through 2020 because they're going to go through and remake them.
There was something else people were signing a petition for. But if you sign a petition to change art, get a life. All right?
Okay,
Just
so
say it sucks and move on. You're going to survive.
Yeah.
Oh, I spent all my years. Then if you spent all your years invested in it, that's sad. Get a life.
All right,
It's a
Yevin.
TV show.
Good rant, though, Justin.
All right,
Anyways,
let's wrap this up.
You want to do final thoughts?
well, I was gonna say, so they kill the babies.
They kill the babies.
And then Godzilla comes back, and then Godzilla dies.
Yep. they
And
kill
one survives.
one egg.
One egg survives.
If you
That
wanna know
didn't
what
hatch for some apparent reason.
We're going to watch the
Didn't
animated
hatch.
series and see what happens to the imprinted egg who
We'll
becomes a
we'll
slave
see.
of humans. Yeah.
All right, Chris, what'd you
Final
think?
thoughts. Terrible. It was fun to watch. I mean, I had fun watching it and making fun of it, but it was a terrible movie. No points. I'm sorry.
This is one of the worst things we've watched.
I feel like the movies we've watched
Can
have
you-
been better than the TV
Chris,
shows.
Can you argue that?
No,
That's
no.
no. This is one of the worst things we've watched.
I'm sorry we gave it to you, Justin, but
It's all right. But we had to watch it. This was
We had to watch
this is
it.
definitely something we needed to watch.
It's a classic '90s movie of people have memories of because it was so bad.
my God, it's
Justin,
terrible.
so John, no points.
So, John, you give me
No
you got a
points. I want to give you negative points, but I can't give you negative points. I'll even give you one of my points so you have negative points on this.
Justin, what about you?
Yeah, I have no fond memories of this. It's okay.
Okay.
But I did want to do it because I thought this is a really, really interesting case of these big blockbusters being so hyped up and failing so bad.
Yeah. It was a big deal when it came out. Everybody was really excited about it when it
spent-
came out.
Fuck ton of money promoting this thing.
Yeah.
I think over like 50 million promoting this.
I remember it was a big deal.
That's high now.
They
Yeah.
were so this got so bad that it got so trashed. They had so Godzilla had the Godzilla site had a forum where people could talk about the movie, and the writer, I think his name was Dean Devlin. Hold on, or it says Dean Devlin. So it got so bad that Dean Devlin would attack people on the forum for calling it a shitty movie. So he would
really?
go on the internet forum and go, "You don't know anything, you piece of shit." he would attack people who destroyed the movie on the official
director?
Godzilla forum.
That's
That
incredible.
was the director?
No, there's the
was a-
writer.
Even
the
worse than
writer.
director. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He literally went on the internet and shit posted and shit
How
talked
can you think
to
this
fans.
is good? How can he watch this movie and be like, you know what? My story was pretty sound. There's no holes in this at all.
I don't know because
fascinating.
That
the Godzilla fans were pissed at this,
Yeah.
and they were
I would be too.
Compared to the 2014 Godzilla, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like I haven't seen much Godzilla. Those are the only two experiences I have. The 2014 movie was so good compared to this. You know what I mean?
And the only problem I had with it was there wasn't as much Godzilla, but there was more than 11 minutes of Godzilla.
Yeah. And that awesome fire breathing scene where he shoves it down a guy's throat.
Yeah, he
Awesome.
like ripped the monster's throat
rips-
and just went "Arr!" like right down his
breathes in
throat.
it. It's badass. Anyway,
The only
all right.
complaint I had was they didn't use like actual Godzilla like villains,
Yeah.
but they changed that. They put almost fucking all of them in this movie. So
I'm excited about it.
what about Godzilla versus
So,
King
the big-
Kong?
The big criticism I have between this one and like the new Godzilla movie is the way that they made Godzilla. Like I don't like that it was like a regular lizard
Yeah.
and then it just got a bunch of radiation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
and
was
then
stupid.
It grew to like a enormous size. Like I don't really like that kind of storyline. I like that Godzilla is a prehistoric creature.
He just hangs
And
out.
that's it. That's what I thought they were gonna go to because they mentioned it in the movie at the very beginning. They're like, no, it's just radioactive.
Right,
Like it's just
right.
a regular lizard that just kind of grew.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah, I think
Why
it would
would
be
you
more
do that?
scarier if it was like this ancient creature.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like
it
this
would be
thing-
more mysterious.
Yeah,
Because you know
and
the
it's
original
like-
Godzilla was a mutated like monster, but that was in the 60s where they were still recovering from nuclear
Yeah.
war and the harms of
Right.
war. Nowadays that doesn't like affect us at
I think it's
all.
one of those things that it's like, why would this prehistoric creature come to our world right now?
In people's mind, a prehistoric creature is more realistic, honestly,
Right.
than a radioactive giant lizard.
You can have
Because,
a
like,
prehistoric
radioactive
creature
lizard is
who's like powered by nuclear power, like gets powered up.
yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Because I've read somewhere that we know more about space than we know about our
Yeah,
ocean.
exactly. Like it's
And
deeper.
you-
Yeah,
yeah, it's just the ocean is a big mysterious like place when it comes to just humanity.
Yep.
And if something came out of the ocean today and it was like 100 feet tall or 200 feet tall, I wouldn't be surprised.
exactly. We know that radiation.
Okay, I
and
think you'd be a
gamma
little
rays-
bit surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think you'd be a
really
little bit
wouldn't.
surprised.
Have y'all seen the Meg?
I would be like, whoa,
We don't
shit.
know- we don't know
no,
what's
but I
in the
wouldn't be
news in
surprised.
I've
Batman
seen the
Strips.
Meg and I love that movie.
It's so good. It's so terrible and good.
It's great.
All right.
Well, boys,
John. Okay, well, this is gonna be weird. We have two things coming out.
since we didn't do one last week, we're going to try to make it up this coming week. And we're going to try to do Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and X-Men. And they're going to both be mine. So X-Men, the first movie, with all the great characters that and all
It was
the great
good actors.
acting that it had.
You got Hugh
It was
Jackman.
not good actors.
Okay. You have Hugh Jackman.
Scott.
Okay, Scott maybe
was a
not.
good actor.
But you have Holly Berry, Patrick Stewart. I like the X-Men a lot. This is a good movie.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
And
first X-Men was pretty good.
I think it's a good movie to watch because the last
didn't
X-Men
like
movie is going to come out this week pretty soon.
Are you even going to watch it?
No. No, I'm not going to watch it.
Neither
But
am I.
It's the last one of this kind of series, and then it's going to be taken over by Marvel. So it's kind of the last stretch we have.
But you don't know how Marvel's gonna.
True.
They could bring in these characters.
That's
you,
very
you
true.
don't know how they're gonna play it
That's very true.
because all the multiverse.
I can tell you they're going to do it better.
That's true. Maybe so. We'll see.
Just using the same people, they're just gonna do it better.
I don't know, man. That first X-Men movie, I think it captures X-Men pretty well. I'm excited to rewatch
Yeah,
it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I think it's going to be fine.
It does. It really does. Like with the first X-Men movie, it really captures all the characters and how they would be in real life.
And the point of
It
the
does.
original series. which we can
And I
talk
mean,
about.
Patrick Stewart, literally the perfect casting for Professor X.
And we have Fresh Prince, we talked about a little bit last week. But that'll come out, and I'm excited about talking because we've already kind of watched most of it. We just need to record it and
3 or 4
refresh
times.
ourselves on it. Yeah, we need to refresh ourselves on it. But I'm excited about talking about it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am too. All right,
Bring us home.
So sorry, Justin, you didn't get any points for this.
Eh,
It was kind of surprising. I thought Chris would give you a point.
I
don't know.
did not think so.
I had fun, but it was too much of a head scratcher to give you a point for it. I'm sorry.
If you gave me a
Okay.
point, I would think you're high.
But John, I'd like to give you a point for Pokemon Sleep. That's a very exciting thing.
Yes, thank you. I thought it was a good
So fucking
line.
stupid.
Okay, you can find us on social media at Another Man Spawn on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Please go give us a follow. We put out dank memes and clips.
Dank
of our
memes?
shows. You can message us on our social medias or email us at anothermanspod@gmail.com. Go check out one of our old episodes. What episode we gonna do today?
Jurassic Park, the better movie of this.
The better movie of that, Sam. So go check out Jurassic Park. What episode?
It's season 1, episode 21.
We also have a Patreon. Someone actually suggested to do X-Men,
Yep.
the one that we're doing next week. So if you guys would also like to recommend one of the shows, go to our Patreon, I think it's only $2, and you can actually recommend one of the shows
That's it.
for us.
Yep.
You can listen to us not everywhere, but mostly everywhere
Yep.
that Chris put us. All right, so some of the ones that Chris put us was Apple Podcasts, Podbeam, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, Google Play. Those are just a few
Last
of them. If you can
FM.
go-
That's one.
Yeah. Go rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you can rate us, and go give us a follow anywhere you can give us a follow.
Yep.
That's about it, guys. I really enjoyed this episode, honestly. It was fun
excited.
bashing. It was fun bashing
Yeah,
it.
this terrible movie. All right, guys.
Those
We'll
are the
see you
best
next
kind of
week
movies.
with Fresh Prince and X-Men
Peace.
2000. Peace. Interrupt me.